Mendeecees' claim that Erica is trying to harm his reputation through a covert DNA test has sparked new rumors. Rumors of secret lab reports and leaked messages have flooded social media, leaving fans divided and desperate for answers. No one knows what actually transpired behind closed doors, but everyone is talking about it. Did Erica really set up a private test to trap Mendeecees, or is this just another turn in their complex relationship? Screenshots of rushed text threads and nervous voice notes have surfaced. The couple's closest friends and family have been drawn into the conversation, offering conflicting accounts that only deepen the mystery. One moment, a heartfelt apology seems possible. The next, accusations of manipulation take center stage. Surface online questions abound. Why would Erica take such a step unless she felt desperate? Why would Mendeecees react so strongly unless there was more to the story? Viewers are left wondering which version to trust. As we sort through the rumors, look at the evidence, and consider the possibility that this DNA test claim could change everything for Erica and Mendeecees, you'll be scrolling through every update in the hopes of finding a clue that will reveal the truth. The next few minutes could make you rethink your understanding of their story. In a fog of late-night scrolling and endless gossip threads, the rumor mill surrounding Erica and Mendeecees exploded into life began when a popular platform's anonymous account shared what it said were screenshots of private lab messages. The grainy pictures. A technician allegedly explained how to handle a rushed DNA sample under a false identity, while giving strict instructions to avoid any notification protocols. According to the caption, Erica had set up a false identity to request results before men even realized a test was underway. Fans started Mendeecees' response was quick but cryptic. In a grainy 6-second video clip posted to his private story, he looked away from the camera and said, "I never signed off on that." Desperate to prove the scandal was more than just hearsay, he zoomed in on timestamps and phone numbers, dissecting every pixel. The ambiguity fueled overnight debates. Did Erica really engineer a secret test, or was this a setup orchestrated by someone eager to break their relationship? Meanwhile, the original lab screenshots took on a life of their own, and fan accounts started cross-referencing public records to verify whether the lab was authentic. Suddenly, viewers were demanding context, with some assuming he was denying any knowledge of a DNA test, while others thought he was hinting at a betrayal so deep it couldn't be addressed in a simple statement, and technician names even existed. After searches yielded no results, rumors turned to accusations of Photoshop or intentional fakery to discredit Erica. One self-styled internet detective released a video tutorial on how to identify a fabricated leak by pointing out discrepancies in the font and file metadata. Erica's supporters screamed, accusing the blogger of bias, while skeptics hailed the exposé as proof that the whole story was a hoax. Behind closed doors, tension between Erica and Mendeecees increased. An insider close to Erica later shared a tense phone call that went viral after a brief audio clip leaked. In the recording, Erica's voice sounded raw and strained, and she said, "I just needed to know where I stood." Mendeecees' tone was defensive, and he replied, "If I wanted a test, I'd talk to you first." After a pause, he added quietly, "But now it's too late." Abruptly, and listeners questioned whether their relationship could withstand such a betrayal. The authenticity of the audio was never verified, but its emotional impact was indisputable. As these private conversations spread throughout the community, social media pages devoted to the couple were inundated with polls asking whether Erica should have told him first and whether Mendeecees was justified in his anger. Debate threads with thousands of fan comments. In the midst of this online flurry, a new voice emerged, a friend of Mendeecees who claimed to have seen text messages exchanged between him and Erica's manager. On the one hand, supporters of Erica argued that expecting a pregnant woman to seek paternal permission for security violated her privacy, while on the other, Mendeecees' backers insisted that open communication was the foundation of any partnership, and secret tests were a betrayal. The manager allegedly stated, "We're playing for keeps, rush this or it's off the table." The post featured brief excerpts of conversation that were meticulously edited to hide phone numbers, but they still conveyed tone and context. Viewers debated whether the statements showed sincere concern for the child's future, or a callous tactic to garner attention. Once more, the authenticity was questioned. But for fans in a desperate situation, each message read like a clue in a real-life thriller. And as the story progressed, Erica's own family was dragged into the chaos. Her sister, Omarosa, posted a heartfelt video appeal, pleading with viewers to respect Erica's emotional state. "She's carrying a life," she said, her lips quivering. "You're punishing her for seeking answers." Both pity and skepticism were sparked by the video clip, which was shared thousands of times. Critics claimed that Omarosa's emotional defense was purposefully shared during a time of public outrage to influence public opinion. Defenders countered that Omarosa's intervention was justified by family loyalty. In any case, the moment solidified the idea that what started out as a private matter had turned into public property. On the other hand, Mendeecees' relatives also spoke out. His cousin Jamal made an appearance late at night, webcast, and maintained that Mendeecees had never faltered in his love for Erica. Jamal described how his cousin had been looking into parenting classes and purchasing nursery furniture because he was excited about becoming a father. When the DNA story came to light, he was shocked, saying, "I'm all in, but I need to know the truth." Jamal's show devotion was evident, but some. The drama took a new turn when a brief video of an overheard conversation at a fundraiser surfaced. In the clip, a woman who sounded like Erica could be heard saying, "This will secure his future." A second voice, thought to be a producer, then questioned whether his account covered up any potential cracks in Mendeecees' commitment. Once again, two narratives diverged, leaving fans to choose sides in a battle of conflicting testimonies. Just make sure it's airtight. The video was shaky and the audio was distorted, but the subtitles gave the main idea of the conversation. Some fans claimed the video was proof that Erica was using the DNA test as a weapon, while others said it had been manipulated. Forensic audio experts considered the claim that the background noise indicated the video was shot in a different location. A prominent entertainment magazine released an article titled, "DNA Drama: Are Erica's Motives Pure or Publicity-Driven?" with a headline that divided online discussions. The author spoke with relationship experts who examined the ethical implications of the story, which highlighted how every dropped snippet could be contested, trapping viewers in a cycle of uncertainty. At the same time, mainstream outlets started to weigh in with their own spin. Readers flocked to the comment section, many of them complaining that a personal crisis had become fodder for clickbait. Amid the commotion, the lab at the center of the controversy remained oddly silent. Requests for comment went unanswered, and the technician whose messages were leaked remained anonymous. The article concluded by praising transparency between partners and highlighting how reality television had blurred the line between private pain and public spectacle, regardless of the truth. The uncertainty only pushed fans to go deeper, searching obscure trial attorney forums and medical blogs for any sign of the confidential sample. The search for evidence felt like a collective obsession, with viewers turning every corner in hopes of finding the truth. As Part 1 reached its halfway point, the emotional stakes continued to rise. Some bloggers conjectured that the lab had received legal threats, while others thought it was a red herring. One comment read, "This is why I stopped watching reality TV. Everyone's trauma becomes a storyline." Another user added, "I just want them to talk it out." Fans expressed regret, lamenting that a relationship that had once felt endearing had turned into a battlefield of rumors and recriminations. Those reflections rare among the frenzy hinted. When the chaos seemed to be leveling off, a new leak surfaced, the text of a draft public statement from Erica's team. In the document, Erica was ready to deny any covert DNA plot, calling the screenshots fake misinformation. The draft also expressed Erica's hope for compassionate understanding, the realization that real lives and genuine emotions were being consumed like entertainment. From the general public, the existence of this draft implied that Erica's team had already foreseen the controversy and prepared a reaction. For some, this was evidence of premeditation. For others, it was a sign of caution. In any case, it meant that the next phase of this story would entail a meticulously planned struggle for public approval. Hopeful fans started to speculate about what might happen next. Would Mendeecees consent to a one thing was certain as the online community buzzed with predictions? The Rush DNA test rumor had turned into a sprawling saga of mistrust, loyalty, and strategic misdirection. With all these layers of rumors leaking, Friends close to the couple hinted at secret meetings with coaches and mediators, suggesting that attempts at reconciliation were underway. Would Erica's draft statement be the last word, or would she hold a press conference to reclaim her narrative? Did Erica request a secret DNA test, but rather who stands to gain from keeping us guessing? Was no longer the only question on everyone's mind as part one of this complex drama came to an end. Viewers braced themselves for the next act in which legal threats and family interventions were made. And just when you think you know the truth, keep in mind that nothing in the world of celebrity scandals is ever quite what it seems. The fallout from the alleged secret DNA test swept through their entire world, leaving fans searching for answers and insiders trying to contain the damage after Erica's team released a draft denial. Mendeecees' team acted swiftly to improve his public image, denouncing the leaked screenshots as fake misinformation. In a late-night meeting, his legal advisors advised him to issue a statement that struck a careful balance, expressing concern and hinting at betrayal without naming Erica or the lab. As a result, a tour video clip surfaced on a reliable fan page. I value our family, but trust must be earned, and I eagerly await clarification. While the public analyzed Mendeecees' cryptic message, Erica's inner circle rallied. While some criticized the results as being too little, too late, the analysis brought new doubt to a story that threatened to become divided into black and white groups. In the midst of this chaos, Erica's therapist found herself in the center of attention. An unverified document purportedly detailing private therapy notes was shared on a contentious forum, and it detailed Erica's long-standing fears of abandonment and her propensity to in the court of public opinion. The leaked notes took on a life of their own. While mental health advocates denounced the breach and denounced any disclosure of private therapy records, some viewers sympathized with Erica as a woman struggling with anxiety, while others seized on the text as evidence of deliberate emotional manipulation. As the story progressed, one last. This is my only leverage. Fans conjectured wildly about the identity of the unseen listener Mendeecees. A producer, after a surprise interview clip with a former neighbor of Erica's, revealed that she had been spotted late at night pacing her porch while talking into her phone. The ambiguity sparked yet another round of analysis, with commentators arguing that overheard remarks taken out of context could mislead, while conspiracy theorists proclaimed the video as unquestionable proof of Erica's tactics. As the story became more complicated, polarized fan camps engaged in conflict and comment threads, with hashtags like #DDean or not and trust but verify vying for control. Pundits questioned the morality of using genuine emotions for entertainment, and network insiders continued to negotiate legal minefields while juggling the. Just when it appeared that the drama might reach a standstill, Mendeecees subtly posted a single line on his feed: "Truth is never silent." The caption provided no explanation, only fueled the embers of anticipation. Pull of ratings against the risk of lawsuits, private conversations, therapy sessions, and family gatherings all unfolded in the court of public opinion, their participants, helpless to stop the relentless cycle of leaks and responses. It seemed that the path to clarity would continue to unfold in live streams, leaked files, and carefully crafted statements. Each new piece of information would reshape the narrative and leave fans anticipating the next chapter, wondering if this was a promise of an impending revelation, a veiled threat, or a philosophical stance meant to silence speculation. The internet held its breath when Mendeecees posted, "Truth is never silent." Fans looked everywhere on social media for clues, and some interpreted it as a promise that he would reveal the results of the DNA test once the baby was born. Others interpreted it as a covert warning to Erica, "Speak now or forever live under suspicion." This cryptic message set the stage for the next round of drama, and neither side was exempt, was able to afford to ignore Erica, who in the meantime had to navigate a confusing web of conflicting signals. One morning, a close friend came to her, house with coffee and words of support. They sat in the kitchen while Erica scrolled through her notifications, the lines around her eyes growing more worried. "They're calling you, they're calling manipulative," the friend said softly, and Erica let out a breath while touching her hair. "I never wanted any of this to become public," she whispered. "I just needed answers for my baby." Her unvarnished sincerity struck a chord with viewers who had grown tired of the gossip. reminding them that every scandal was rooted in genuine human fear. Mendeecees C went to a private strategy meeting with his legal team across town. The room was, his lawyer explained the options. Push for a court-ordered DNA test after the birth or wait for Erica to agree voluntarily. We can't force her hand without risking further backlash, the lawyer warned. Mendeecees nodded slowly, tapping his fingers on the table. I just want the truth, he whispered. This small, silent space stood in stark contrast to the digital chaos outside. As rumors of a court date circulated, social media influencers rushed to establish their dominance. One well-known relationship analyst released a video that analyzed the morality of covert DNA testing, portraying it as a warning about communication and trust. The video went viral, garnering millions of views and igniting heated comment threads. While some applauded her fair-minded viewpoint, others accused her after receiving legal advice. Erica's sister Omar Rosa posted a carefully worded message, "Please remember there is a child involved." The network behind their reality show saw an opportunity and pitched a live special to cover the baby's arrival, framing it as a moment of unity and new beginnings. Executives debated whether to cut away to pre-recorded segments or include live reactions from Erica and Mendeecees. Perhaps reconciliation was within reach, but others cautioned that it could be the calm before another storm. As the anticipated court date drew near, legal filings offered tantalizing teasers, and Mendeecees' counsel filed a motion referencing the delivery room door. The final decision was to film the door of the delivery room, capturing only the moments before and after birth, preserving intimacy while still drawing viewers into the family saga. Critics claimed this blurred the line between celebration and intrusion, but ratings metrics suggested viewers would tune in regardless. In response, Erica's team filed an opposition, calling the motion an invasive tactic, and warning that compelling medical disclosures could violate her privacy and the baby's best interests. The filings were full of legal jargon, but fan pages compiled and summarized them in simplified posts. The request included leaked lab screenshots and an order compelling Erica to disclose any evidence of alias registrations. They also attached metadata analyses from digital forensics experts claiming inconsistencies in file origins. In the midst of the procedural volley, private conversations were leaked again. A new audio clip from a confidant of Erica's surfaced, detailing a phone call in which she confronted her manager. "We need to pivot," she said, her tone tinged with frustration. "This narrative is going off the rails. I just want my child's life to be normal." Fans split into camps as the days went by, with the manager calmly responding, "We're in crisis mode, there's no normal now." Defenders said that Erica's candor demonstrated genuine sorrow rather than manipulation, while listeners saw her waning resolve as proof of regret, created a petition asking the network to donate a portion of its specials and revenue to children's charities, and another started a fundraiser for pregnancy support, calling it healing over headlines. These acts of activism demonstrated how involved viewers had become, turning them from passive spectators into participants looking to influence outcomes beyond gossip. But the underlying question remained: was the scandal encouraging positive action or diverting attention from impolite concerns of privacy and respect? Both Erica and Mendeecees shared final teasers on their own channels on the eve of the court hearing. Erica posted a picture of baby shoes with the caption, "I hope," while Mendeecees posted a sunrise photo over the city with the words, "New Beginnings." Neither artist specifically mentioned the DNA test, but fans interpreted the pictures as symbolic. "Our hearts are in their hands." One comment read, "They need to come together now." The judge issued a short order stating that mediation would resume with an emphasis on co-parenting plans and that any paternity dispute would be postponed until after the baby's birth, when voluntary testing could be considered. The court documents were scheduled to be dropped at dawn, and both motions to compel evidence and to quash subpoenas were tabled in favor of outside. The response was swift. While some hailed the decision as compassionate, others denounced it as a legal evasion that delayed accountability. The decision disappointed those who were hoping for an immediate resolution, but it was in line with the judge's stated desire to protect the welfare of the unborn child. Mendeecees clasped his hands in relief as Erica exhaled tears that glistened in the courtroom lights.